All right, we are live here. We have the second half of this tournament going on. We have the following matches, as you can see right here, on the way. But first and foremost, let's get this partnership advertisement and the sponsor advertisement out of the way. It's not a hassle, but I'd like to do it right off the bat. Get everything started with a nice sponsorship talking. So first off, let's talk about 93 Degree Apparel, our proud sponsor. They do what they do. And then not only that, we have Ring the Bell Wrestling, our partner. Go check them out on Mondays and Thursdays with Apex and Battlefront. Some really good work over there. So first off, let's get our first match underway. We have Joe Blade taking on Brandon Alexander. Now, this half of the tournament is going to be very different from the first half. I realized a very, very big mistake in my planning for the first half that I put on damage retention. So it made it easier for some of the wrestlers to get through it quicker. So they would, as you saw with Morgan Wolf, he started with the comeback ability. So that's not a thing for this one that you will see. It will be complete, straightforward match after match after match. And no, at least as far as I hope, no squashes. But Joe Blade is making his debut in this said tournament. He was actually set to come in for 2K20, but due to a few people backing out late into the tournament, almost right up to the tournament's days, we had to get some quick replacements. And as far as I could tell, he is going to be a good replacement for the people that were brought out. But Joe Blade, I don't personally know much about him. I just know that he and Brandon have apparently had a lot of matches against each other, and they were really good matches. So let's see if that chemistry comes back into play here tonight.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 200.
Weighing in at 200, and that's all we get to hear. But Brandon Alexander looking to get back on his groove is what I'm trying to think of and say here. He wants to get something big, and tonight is his chance to get there. 2K20 is possibly an hour away. But more importantly, the idea that we have a 2-week break to get to 2K20 shows immediately, actually starting. So we need to see if that 2-week break will make a difference. So Brandon Alexander needs the momentum of this tournament. He needs to get the win to get to the world title in his initial run in 2K20, because that 2K20, that change from 2K19 to 2K20 is really going to be a difference maker for a lot of competitors here in VPW.
Brandon Alexander.
And you have a guy like Brandon who's not exactly decorated in the championships here in VPW. He's had the tag team titles. He's gone after every title except for the world title, but he hasn't been able to capture any of the titles except for the tag. So let's see if the difference can be made here. So far, Joe Blade is tossing him around like a rag doll, but there is still plenty of time in this match. As long as Brandon has the soul and the drive to continue, we could see this match go on for a very long time. Joe Blade is taking his time here, clearly. And he knows he's got Brandon Alexander in a very bad position. He knows that he's got the power and the size and all this on his side, and he needs to make sure that Brandon stays grounded, because once Brandon gets flying, there is no stopping him. Brandon is showing a little bit of technical prowess here as Joe goes for a kick to the stomach. Now an ankle lock by Brandon. Sinks it in with that scissors with the legs there. Has to keep that leg completely attached to him for that one. But Joe is kicking him in the knee there to get out of that submission hold. Oh, Brandon, code breaker. Goes for the pin. One. Only one count. Now looking to continue with the submissions. Goes for the Rings of Saturn. Gets a rope break though. Joe with the big shoulder block there. Now telling him it's over. I don't think that shoulder block was enough, but yeah, neither does Brandon as he kicks out it immediately. Oh no, what is this? Rolling him up. 1, 2. Almost stealing it there. German suplex by Brandon. Now, he had to use the fact that he's so much smaller. He's got to, it's the shift and balance that got that German suplex to be effective. He doesn't have the strength or at least size advantage to do that German suplex nearly as effective, so he had to use that balance shifting to really put that German suplex in the best way he could. But the forearm taking him down there. Joe sets him up and leg drop to the elbow there. Doing a little bit of damage. If it was me, I'd say go after the legs of Brandon Alexander. He can't go to the top rope to hit his finisher. He can't go coast to coast if he can't get off off the mat. So big arm drag by Brandon there, breaking out of that straitjacket. Kick to the side, knocking him straight down on the mat. Going for something, but Joe, elbow to the gut. Oh, 1, 2, just knocking him down. Oh, Brandon, kip up, chop to the chest, and a returning chop. Sends him into the corner. He was possibly thinking coast to coast, but Joe fighting out of the corner, not allowing it. Goes for the chop block. Brandon with that kick to the chest again, taking him down. He's got very strong kicking ability. Sends him into the ropes. What is he thinking here? Big drop kick. Now Brandon sends him into the corner this time, possibly going to be able to hit that coast to coast. He sits him down in the corner. Yes, he's going coast to coast. There he goes. Joe Blade, though, not affected at all. Goes for that sliding uppercut. Brandon reverses into the GTS. Dragging away from the ropes. Needs to get the pin. 1, 2. Joe Blade kicking out at 2. Now getting himself a little bit pumped up here. But Joe shoulder blocking him. Joe Blade busted open from the forehead. Seems to be a very common trend here in this tournament, is the fact that this is not just a normal tournament. This is a blood tournament. Wait, what is he doing? No, no, no. No, don't do this. Oh my God, powerbomb on the apron. Brandon just got powerbombed on the apron and he's still somehow fighting back, but oh my God, the strength of Joe Blade. Taking him down with that big clothesline. Oh my God. I don't know how Brandon Alexander is moving after that powerbomb, but he is managing to do so. There's that shift and balance again with that dragon suplex, sorry. What is Brandon gonna do? Big forearm. He's definitely feeling the effects of that powerbomb as you saw him clutch at his torso when he went for that forearm. Brandon going to do something big. The sunset flip powerbomb. Goes for the pin after that. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Blade. Brandon needs to go to the top rope, hit something big. And it looks like he was thinking of doing that before Joe started getting up to his feet here. Oof. Joe showing the fans the blood on his face there. Oh my God. What a big forearm strike. Atomic drop. Body slamming him. What is he thinking here? Execution. Oh, the jab. Stopping him in his tracks. Off the ropes. Misses the clothesline this time. Brandon taking his time. Big forearm strike. Going for the GTS. He hits it. Pin. 1, 2, 3. Brandon Alexander advancing to the next round with a very, very big win for himself there. He's been on a very big winning streak as of late, and this is what he needed to continue it. He's just one more step closer to that world title match that he's been so keen on getting to. Let's see. There's the pin to end it, I believe. That was the one that ended it all. No, it was not. Thanks, replay. There's that sunset flip powerbomb we saw earlier on. Here's Joe Blade making his comeback. Hits the execution. Not able to get the win off of that, though.
Here is your winner,
Brandon looks extremely happy to be the winner of that match. Now, while we await our next matchup, while the next match is loading, I should say, or before it starts loading, I'm going to play an ad so I can go get something real quick, and I'll be right back. But I'm only going to run the ad so that there's something for people to, it's an ad, it's a commercial break. Leave me alone. All right. I'll click on the match, and then I'll run the ad. All right, we're back from that short commercial break. We have Benny Banks taking on the debuting El Destripador. Now, this is interesting. Benny Banks already recently, actually, at the Last Stand pay-per-view, he had a title match. Not successful, looking to get that title match again by winning this tournament. Now, Distributor is a new signee. He was a late addition to this tournament. And by late, I mean a couple days ago. But he's in this tournament for a reason. But here tonight we will see, not only will we see this tournament finish, but we will see the winner of yesterday's first half and today's tournament. We will see them face off, and the winner will take on whoever is the world champion when the custom championships come out on 2K20. Now Benny Banks making his entrance here to this tournament. He's got prior experience in tournaments, if I remember correctly.
Is a championship first round match.
Especially in
Making
VPW.
his way to the ring
But more importantly,
from Manchester,
he's got
England,
championship experience,
weighing
former
in
Intercontinental
at
champ, former
220
Cruiserweight champ.
pounds,
If I remember correctly, he was one of the longest reigning
reigning
Cruiserweight champions. So let's see if that experience will help him in this tournament. We all know that the Cruiserweight title originated from the first Cruiserweight Championship tournament right before Kingdom. So the first Kingdom, which you could still see on YouTube, which I would recommend it if you want a little bit of a history on VPW, formerly known as Revolt. But Benny Banks has come a long way since that show. He kicked off the show on the first Kingdom, and he finished the show on the second Kingdom. Not successful on the second Kingdom, but he was extremely successful in the first, taking out Oscar Elliott for the Cruiserweight Championship. El Distributor making his way to the ring here.
From Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 229 pounds, LD.
One of the things I have always strived for in my roster is diversity between the wrestlers. We have a lot of diversity, but the one thing we didn't have pretty much anything of was luchadors, and this was our first chance our first time in a while getting a luchador on the roster, like someone who is 100% luchador, even to the point of wearing that mask, because the mask is one of the most important things of a luchador, and not only their image but their personality, their lifestyle. And we will see the personality of El Distributor here taking on Benny Banks. I'm very monotone right now. I don't know why. Lock up, center of the ring. Benny pushing him into the corner there. Now, a clean break. A very surprising thing, if you ask me. Benny's not been known for clean breaks. Now, Benny, on the other hand, now he's being pushed into the corner. Another clean break. I guess some respect here between the two. A side headlock. Irish whip off the ropes. Big arm drag by Benny. Now we're breaking down. Oh, we got another lock-up arm wringer by Benny Banks. Technical action here as Benny keeping a hold of that shoulder. El Distributor getting out of it. Misses the clothesline, spinning heel kick. Drop kick to Benny Banks, knocking him down. Elbow to the back of the head. We've seen the technical ability of both of these men. Now, the best part of the luchador is not that they're just high flyers, but they know how to be technical. Benny Banks coming from that cruiserweight background and being from, like, he's an Englishman. He's got that catch wrestling on his side. And he's got the speed of a cruiserweight because he is experienced in that division. El Distributor tossing him into that corner. Arm drag by Benny. El Distributor throwing to the outside. Oh my God! Very poor decision making by El Distribuidor there. Exploder suplex on the floor. Benny taking this opportunity of very stupid decision making on El Distribuidor's part to go after the arm. Benny now with that leg attack sends it back in the ring at a count of 5 there. Benny, Irish whip sent over the rope now. Drop kick sends him to the floor. El Distribuidor, this would be the time to do that high flying move you tried to do when he's close to the ring rather than kind of far away. Goes for a body slam. Benny tosses him away, gets back in the ring. El Distribuidor missed the kick or whatever it was. Now a rear chin lock by Benny Banks, keeping him down. But El Distribuidor fighting him his way back up to his feet. Elbows to the gut. Oh, knee. Hurricanrana. El Distribuidor looking to end this match, possibly. What is he doing? What is he doing? I'm really not sure. Oh my, slingshot. I'm not even sure what he was actually intending on doing there, but I guess he hit enough of it. What is this? Waking him up for it. Colin, discus punch. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Banks. Hello. The discus punch was not enough to take him out. Now working the arm. A lot of technical wrestling by these two. I was expecting a little bit more fast pace, a little bit more high flying, at least from one half of the match. Benny with the clothesline grounding El Distribuidor. Hello. Up onto the shoulders. Benny going for that fireman carry, side slam. Dragging him away from the ropes. That's the move he likes to do before ending the match. So we'll see it. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. Benny needs to hit something big, maybe the worst moonsault ever. What is this? Oh, Liger bomb by Benny Banks. The Liger bomb is a very big maneuver. Now he's going for the worst moonsault ever. Knees up by El Distribuidor. Up to his feet. Ready for this moment here. He's got to hit something big. He's got this massive opportunity. Will he be able to capitalize on it? Bulldog. What is he doing here, though? Needs to get to the corner. He's trying. I think he's going to. Wait. What is he doing now? Calling up for it again. Maybe trying to actually hit that slingshot move he did earlier. Not even going for it. Oh, crucifix driver. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, but now going to the top rope. Now here's the high flying move we were looking for earlier. Diving senton on the chest of Banks, now waking him up. He's got something very, very big in mind here. Up on the shoulders. Punch off the shoulders. Goes for the pin. Ref in position. 1, 2. Benny kicking out at 2. The jawbreaker. Goes for the cutter. Reversal by El Distribuidor. Misses the drop kick. European uppercut. Hurricanrana. Benny showing off some of his cruiserweight knowledge there. When in doubt, do something big that takes out your opponent. But El Distribuidor punch to the gut. Sends him into the corner there. What is he thinking here? Slingshot over to the guillotine. Sends him into, gets back in the ring, doing a backflip to show his excitement. Pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count off the guillotine. Kick to the gut. Into the corner. El Distribuidor taking his time. To the other side now. Benny with a kick to the face. Sends him off the ropes. Drop kicking him down. Benny has to hit that big move, then hit that worst moonsault ever. Here's the fireman carry. He's got him up for it. Side slam. Damn near perfectly set up. If he would have just moved a couple of inches, he would have had a perfect setup for the worst moonsault ever. But he's got him in position now. Speaking of moonsaults, he hits the moonsault. Goes to the top rope. Right after that, the standing moonsault goes to the top rope to hit the other moonsault. He hits it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Benny Banks with the worst moonsault ever, able to win the match. What a move, what a matchup as well. Some very, very technical wrestling to start us off at the very beginning there, and it ended with Benny coming out on top, doing what he does best, and that's the worst. I don't know if this replay, no, it's not going to actually show the moonsault, but Benny Banks very happy to win this matchup here. All right, let's get on to our next matchup here. I won't be running an ad this time because I don't have any reason to get up. Or go grab something, I should say. So, we will just be starting immediately. Now, from a former cruiserweight and a high flyer to 2 cruiserweights between Fletcher Benson and Elijah Riley here. These two have had countless of other matches. I believe they even had a tournament match. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'd have to go check. But these two have history, and tonight we will see if either one of them can make history. And if anyone in the chat would like to give some predictions for this, so we can have a little bit more engagement here. I like to have crowd engagement. Let's get it on. That's kind of weird though. But here we go, Fletcher Benson looking to get the world title picture for himself here. Fletcher, whether or not he is on 2K20 right off the start doesn't exactly matter, because whoever wins this tournament gets their world title match when the custom championships are added to the game.
Making his way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 200.
Personally, in this matchup, I would like to see Fletcher Benson win, due to the fact that he's been sitting in the undercard for so long. And Elijah Riley, he's had his world title shot. He had a Money in the Bank briefcase, and he had his shot. He was seconds away from victory. but I think that Fletcher Benson needs his chance in the spotlight, and tonight is his chance to do it. Fletcher Benson, of course, has tournament experience as well. Was in the second cruiserweight tournament. I'm not sure if he was in the first one, but I'd have to go back and check, which that's a very long time ago. But I'm still going to check, at least for the second tournament, to see if he was in, who he fought in the second tournament. Okay, so these two men did not face each other in the first tournament, but like I said, they did have history. Fletcher Benson actually took on someone who was in yesterday's rounds. He took on Johnny Respawn. Now, we have not only is Fletcher Benson and Johnny Respawn and Elijah Riley, returning to the tournament scene here in this show, and not only this show, but yesterday. But Brandon Alexander returned for the tournament. Well, returned to tournaments, I should say, because he was already there, but he was back in the tournament pictures. As well as our final first-round match, Jaquan Shea, our current Intercontinental Champion, is going to be in this tournament as well. But Elijah Riley, former Money in the Bank holder, cashed in on a beaten Justice Stone when he was the world champion, was not able to successfully take the title from him, but it was the opportunity of a lifetime in that spot. So now he has another opportunity for the world title. We'll see if he has what it takes. Fletcher setting up already for that submission hold that he can win the match with later on. I don't think the tournament brackets were actually set up on Twitter before for the first. Oh yeah, they are. So out of the very first cruiserweight tournament, only 3 people from the first cruiserweight tournament returned for this tournament, and that's Benny, Byron, and Brandon. But here we go. Let's focus on this matchup here. Elijah Riley with some big, heavy strikes, knocking him on the ropes, but Benson reverses. Thank you for the host. Much appreciated. If you haven't already hit that follow button, please do. And there's also now a sub button if people are feeling generous. But Elijah Riley breaking out of that triangle choke. Fletcher Benson, he's got the technical Aussie name to himself there. Now, if he wants to really prove how technical he is, he'll hit some very nice chain grapples off the ropes into the Hurricanrana. That was a very nice setup there. He got the momentum off the ropes. Punch to the gut. I might retire the cruiserweight title, to be honest with you. I like the cruiserweight title. I love the cruiserweight division, but with the times changing, and with there only going to be custom championships later on in the game, I might remove the cruiserweight title for the time being. So it doesn't matter cruiserweight or not. It may or may not be there. We'll see. But Fletcher Benson, there's the technical part to his nickname there. Stomping on the arm. Now lift him up on the shoulders. Dropping him neck first on the rope there. Again, going after the arm. He's won matches with the cattle mutilation in the history of VPW. So maybe he's trying to weaken the arm so that the submission hold can really be effective. As you can see, yes, he is definitely going after the arm. Like, as soon as he realized Elijah Riley has a bummed arm or shoulder, he's been laser focused on that left arm. He must have seen something that we didn't. I'm lagging in and out. Maybe it could be you, because I'm not having any frame drops on my stream, on my preview. Benson in the corner. Reversal. Again, another reversal, sending Benson in the corner this time. What is Elijah Riley thinking? Up to the top rope. Moonsault reversal into another moonsault. Pin one. Only one count off to the moonsault attempt. Drop kick to the back of the head. Elijah Riley. Brain buster. No. Steiner's screwdriver. Now waking him up. Now he's going to go for that Michinoku driver. Yes, he hits it. Pin. 1, 2, 3. Elijah Riley able to pick up the win there. A decent showing from the both of them. You missed 3 matches. And you can watch them all later. Look at that moonsault by Elijah Riley. There's the screwdriver. And there's the Michinoku driver that ended it all. Fletcher Benson, thank you for coming.
Here is your winner, Showtime, Elijah Riley.
Now our final match of the first round, which is Jaquan Shea, our current Intercontinental Championship holder, and our second, well, not second, what am I even trying to get to here? I'll just wait until the match is actually loading to get, or actually, I'll wait until they're doing their entrance to Spew Exposition, because that's what you should do, is wait for the entrances to Spew Exposition. Yes, it was actually pretty quick. What do you mean? What is he supposed to be? Well, he's Mr. Showtime. He puts on good matches. I can be your hero, baby. So yes, this is the last of the first round matches. We'll go into our second match, or our second round, I should say, after this one. And then, like I said on the top of the stream, after this tournament bracket is done, we will do Morgan Wolf versus Elijah Riley. Or not? What? 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 Why did I say Elijah Riley? Maybe it's because he was on my mind. Sorry. But we'll do Morgan Wolf versus whoever wins. Which, now it's probably going to be Elijah Riley to make me look like I rigged it. But Jaquan Shea, current Intercontinental Champion. A tournament like this is going to be great for champions like Jaquan Shea and Dylan Vincent here. Now, Dylan Vincent, your current Cruiserweight Champion. Again, not too sure how long that's going to last. We will see come 2K20, of course. But Jaquan Shea here looking to prove the Intercontinental Championship to everyone in the world. He successfully defended it at Last Stand. I believe it was against Elijah Riley. That's probably why he was on my mind for that comment. Yes, it was against Elijah Riley. I made the picture for it, and I watched the show. I was watching it with everyone else. But yeah, he successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship at Last Stand on October 9th, I believe it was. Now, Dylan Vincent didn't successfully retain, but he successfully gained the Cruiserweight champion off of a very dominant Byron X12, who lost, I believe, to Scott Osborne yesterday in our final match of the tournament for yesterday.
Dylan Vincent, champion.
One of my favorite things about doing these tournaments is I have so much more to work with as a commentator for these shows, because I have the backstories for all the participants. But in cases like these, you're not going to see a lot of these wrestlers, a lot of these superstars. You never see them face each other in a VPW ring in most cases. Tonight you will see, like yesterday, you'll see some very different matches. You saw one at the very beginning of the stream, a very different matchup. And we're going to see this one, which is Jaquan Shea, former Cruiserweight champion, I might add, taking on the current Cruiserweight champion, Dylan Vincent. Snapmare, Jaquan Shea with that chin lock. Now a knee to the back. Lock up, rear waist lock again by Dylan Vincent. Breaking it, swap in position. Sweep the leg. Oh my God! Dragon suplex by Dylan. Dylan getting out of that rear waist lock. Jaquan Shea. Big DDT, spiking him on his head there. Now dragging him towards the center to do this corkscrew moonsault. Chop to the chest. Dylan, Northern Lights. Rope break. Not able to get that punch. Reverses the crossbody in the corner. Dylan goes for a strike reversal. Lariat into the corner. Stomps now to the chest. Going to do some more stomping, but the sweep taking him down face first. Dylan, big knee on the face. Dylan keeping up the offense here. Possibly giving Jaquan Shea a reality check. Yes, he does. Oh, but he's up to his feet. Misses the Hurricanrana. Dylan, big drop kick. Sending Jaquan Shea retreating to the corner. The knee to the face. Jawbreaker by Shea. Hurricanrana. Goes for the pin. One. Only one count. Now this is the speed I expected to see earlier on. Shea got him up on the shoulders. Dropping him neck first on the rope. I'm gonna do the entire tournament for this. Like, I've already did the first half. I've already done the first half. I'm doing the entire second half of the tournament, and then we will do the final one-on-one confrontation between the winner of yesterday and today's. Kicks to the chest by Shea. Now a headshot. Now Shea needs to hit that brain buster. That's his finishing move. He hits the brain buster. It's over. 1, 2. A kick out at 2. Not surprising that it was only a 2 count after it was just a slight attack to the arm. Now that brain buster. This is the move I was talking about. If he hits it, it's over. Up he goes, dropping him on his head. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Dylan Vincent kicking out at 2. Off the ropes, drop down. Hurricanrana, or head scissors, sorry, for anyone who's a stickler on specific names. Pin 1, 2. 2 count off the pin. The crowd is very respectful here for this match. Shea, Shining Wizard! The Shining Wizard is a very effective maneuver, made famous in Japan. Here we go. There's a triangle hold. Dylan Vincent struggling to get out of it, but he does. Into the corner. He is sent. Misses the splash again. Dylan goes for the knee to the face. Big drop kick by Shea. Elbows now to the lower back and taunting him for good measures. Going for the pin. Yet again a 2 count, not surprising. Big knee strike, goes for the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. He hit that knee strike out of literally nowhere and then immediately a 1 count. Angel's Wings. Hits it. Goes for the pin. Possibly a rope break. No. 1, 2, 3. Dylan Vincent advancing to the 2nd round. Congratulations, Dylan Vincent, on that win. That was a very, very hard-fought victory. He got hit with a brain buster. I thought it was over there because it usually is in Jaquan Shea's case. But he was able to kick out and continue on to win the match.
Here is your
Congratulations
winner,
to our Cruiserweight champion, Dylan Vincent. Now let's get to our 2nd round matchup, the first part of the round of the tournament, I should say, from this round. Brandon Alexander versus Benny Banks. 2 competitors who are familiar with each other. Here we go. Brandon Alexander defeating Joe Blade in his first round matchup with the GTS. Maybe that's what he'll hit to win this second round matchup. Maybe he'll bust out the Phoenix Splash. He hasn't had good luck hitting that and winning in tournaments, I should say. His very first tournament matchup in the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament #1, I believe it was the final match or almost final match, he lost after Oscar Elliott reversed the Phoenix Splash, and apparently just the idea of smashing his sternum off the mat after missing that Phoenix Splash cost him the match entirely, and he lost.
Weighing in at 204 pounds, Brandon.
Now, this time around, he's had another tournament under his belt. He's been in 2 Cruiserweight tournaments, and now he's going for this win. He needs it, but Benny Banks needs it just a little bit more.
England, weighing in at 220
Benny Banks is one title away from being the first ever Triple Crown champion in VPW history. Forgot to mention that last time, but the only title in VPW that he hasn't won other than the world title is the tag team title. But once he wins this world title, if he can, he'll be the first Triple Crown, as we don't include the Open Challenge championship in the Triple Crown rankings due to it being mostly made up scenarios to make the title changes happen. So but now Benny Banks awaiting the bell of the ring. Brandon Alexander looking ready. Benny's looking better than worse. A lot better than he would. Oh, German suplex right off the bat. 1. Now, in this case, Benny, yes, he's larger than Brandon, but it's not a massive difference like it was in the Joe Blade match, where Brandon doesn't exactly have to use the balance shifting nearly as much. He can actually lift Benny somewhat easier than he could with Joe Blade. Now, I wonder if Brandon is in 100% shape after taking that powerbomb on the apron. And speaking of powerbombs, Liger bomb by Benny. Benny goes for the kick reversal by Brandon. Brandon rear waist lock reversal. Irish whip by Benny off the ropes. He sends Brandon. Leapfrog. Drop down. Drop kick. Chop to the chest. Now exploding the suplex. Benny picks him up. Now Irish whip to the outside. Benny taking a moment to catch his breath there so he can get back on the prowl here. Now Brandon with these forearm strikes sends it back in the ring now. Brandon waiting for a moment. Picking him up. Sends him into the corner. Elbow. Enziguri kick to the head. One. Benny able to kick out of that. Speaking of kicks, there to the back from Brandon. Elbow to the face from Benny. Missing the drop kick. Elbow to the gut though. Reverses the clothesline. European uppercut. Enziguri by Brandon. This is extremely back and forth right now. Benny getting the strikes over and over and over again by Brandon. Barely hit that drop kick. It was more of a elbow from the looks of it, but he still was able to hit it. Benny into the corner. Maybe the coast to coast by Brandon if Benny doesn't get out of the way, but no, Enziguri again. Brandon lifting him up. Again, sends him into the corner. Maybe this time he'll be going for that coast to coast. Pushes him back in. Yes, he's going for it. Goes to the opposite side of the ring. We know how this works with the coast to coast. He hits it. Now Benny is down, but will he be out? As Brandon's looking for the GTS. Up he goes. GTS hits him in the face with the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Benny Banks. Brandon taking a moment here, stomping at the knee of Benny Banks. What is this? X Factor. Very close, goes for the pin. 1, 2. 2 count again as Benny kicks out of the X Factor. Now a snapmare by Brandon Alexander. Elbow to the face again by Benny. Oh, fireman carry. Side slam. Benny needs to drag him away from the corner and possibly get him in position for the worst moonsault ever. And speaking of moves, holy, look at the strength with that European uppercut. Now he's got him in position for the worst moonsault ever. He hits it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. 2 count only. Benny finally hits the springboard worst moonsault ever and was almost a 3rd round participant. Benny sends him into the corner. European uppercut. Cross by Brandon, knee to the face. Brandon likes to wake himself up with those spinneroonies. Forearm. Atomic drop. Leg drop in the groin. Drop kick to the face. Now he's going to possibly go for the sunset flip powerbomb. No. Benny reverses. Rolls him over. What is this? Oh, he's got him locked into that submission hold. Very close to the ropes. I'm surprised it wasn't a rope break when he was leaning back on it. Benny gets whipped off by Brandon. Brandon, big calf kick. Busting open Benny. 1, 2. A common theme in this tournament so far has been blood, because that is what these wrestlers are willing to do. They're willing to give their blood for the World Championship. Dragon suplex by Brandon. Brandon lifting him up, but Benny breaking out with a European uppercut. Up on the shoulders he goes again, but Brandon fighting out of it this time. Lifts him up. Crucifix driver. Waking him up for that GTS again. Could this be it? Up and down he goes. Pin. 1, 2. Benny kicking out at 2. The resilience in Benny Banks there. Now getting him in that Rings of Saturn. We saw him do this last match against Joe Blade. Will he be able to submit Benny with it this time? No. Benny able to break out of it. Elbows to the shoulder there, now to the forehead. Clothesline by Benny. Now taking a moment to rest. Oh my God, we're on the outside. Not a good spot. Not a good place to be on that floor. Exploder suplex on the floor. Benny needs to get him back in the ring. body slam on the floor, though. He's got, if he's gonna be on the outside, he might as well do some damage there. Fireman carry on the floor. Benny with another exploder. Count of 6. Benny lifting him up, sends him back in the ring. Benny goes for the pin. 1, 2. Look at the blood dripping from the face, mixing with the sweat on his forehead there. The worst combination you can have there is the blood and sweat, because the sting of the sweat in your eyes, not only that, but the blood that's already in your eyes from being hit in the face there. The sting of the blood and sweat combination there does not help, especially with the blood caking up as much as it does. Benny backing away, but Brandon with the kip up into the corner, Irish whip. Sends him off. What is he going for here? Sunset flip. Powerbomb there. Lifts him up. Benny reverses into a punch to the gut. Goes for a chop, but reversal by Brandon. Reversal again by Benny. You can see the desperation in some of these strikes from Benny. Oh my God, no, my God! Benny just sent him to the floor with a powerbomb. Now he's going for something big. Oh, inverted Frankensteiner on the floor. Benny reversing the forearm. There's just locking horns here. The strikes back and forth here. Benny retreating to the ring. Brandon DDT with a kip up combo. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Barely making it out of that pin there. Now that GTS again from Brandon. Hits it. Benny's blood just splattering over his chest. 1, 2, 3. Brandon Alexander picking up the victory here tonight in the round 2 matchup. But we cannot at any point count out Benny Banks after what he just did. He survived not 1 but 2 GTSs. He survived a lot of damage. He survived the Rings of Saturn. He tossed Brandon Alexander from the ring to the floor. And only after 1 slight misstep, he was able to lose the match. And that's all it takes is 1 minor accident. And that's what it took here tonight, is Brandon Alexander celebrating his victory. If you look very closely on the right hand of Brandon, you can see the splattered blood of Benny Banks on his hand there. Benny wearing a crimson mask for this matchup. Now let's get on to our next and final round 2 matchup before we go to Brandon versus the winner. Elijah Riley taking on Dylan Vincent here. Here we go. Elijah Riley was successful taking on Fletcher Benson, hit that Steiner screwdriver, and then hit the Michinoku driver to win. I wonder if that's what he's going to have to do to win this one as well. But if I were him, I would have changed up my my strategy just a slight bit for this matchup.
The following contest is a championship tournament semi-finals match. Making his way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee, weighing in at 182 pounds, Showtime Elijah Riley.
Elijah Riley. There's not much more exposition I could spew for Elijah other than some other history on himself. Former European champion in Ring the Bell Wrestling, only recently losing it in a ladder match. So he's got championship history. He's got Money in the Bank history. He's got world title history, at least here in VPW as far as I know of. So let's see if he could take out his opponent here. Dylan Vincent. Speaking of championship titles, cruiserweight champion.
From San Diego, California, weighing in at 205 pounds, the cruiserweight champion, Dylan Vincent. Champion.
Dylan Vincent only came to VPW initially to just be a tag team superstar. But when the time came for a cruiserweight championship opportunity knocked and he opened. So we'll see if that cruiserweight championship really backs him up here. And maybe it'll solidify his reign to go through this tournament and possibly win the world championship match. Lockups into the corner here. Clean break, hopefully. We've seen a lot of signs of respect throughout this entire tournament. Irish whip off the ropes by Elijah. Drop down. Not going for the leapfrog. Misses the drop kick as Dylan catches himself off the rope. Irish whip into the corner. Elijah slinging into that German suplex. Dylan struggling to get these strikes on Elijah. Side headlock by Dylan. Takedown. Back up to his feet now. Knee to the gut. Almost to the face too. Elbow to the chest. Clothesline. Rolling out of it. Elijah Riley seemingly has Dylan Vincent's number here. He's got a response for everything that Dylan has done so far. See a little bit of an arm attack. I'm not sure if he has any moves in his repertoire that would really need any arm damage, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a backup plan, to say the least. Hurricanrana by Riley. Setting him up for that reverse DDT. Goes to the kick to the gut, sweeps the legs. Oh, we're going to see a sharp shooter by Dylan Vincent. Dylan Vincent had the sharpshooter locked in, but gets reversed as Elijah Riley kicks him off. Dylan now finally getting his bearings on him as he gets that clothesline in the corner. one. Only a 1 count. Going after the shoulder, but Elijah with the elbow to the face. Elbow to the side of the head. Now Elijah sending him in the corner with the head to the turnbuckle pad over and over and over again. Going for that Steiner screwdriver, but reversal by Dylan. Falling drop kick. Dylan stomping the life out of Elijah Riley here. Speaking of stomping, there's the elbow getting stomped on. Continuing his assault. Bashing the skull into the ring mat, now waking him up. Kick to the gut. Going Angel's wings. He hits it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. 2 count only as Elijah Riley managing to kick out. Now Elijah's in position. Dylan top rope. Frog splash. Lifted him back up on his feet. Dylan gets reversed into the fireman carry. Back into the corner. We go with more strikes to the top turnbuckle. Dylan's being knocked loopy in this matchup as Elijah Riley takes a moment to celebrate his work. Now goes for the pin. 1. Not a surprise that he kicked out so easily. Up to his feet, he pulls him up. Elbow to the face. Into the corner now. Irish whip. Elijah flipping over. Ducks the clothesline. Hits a lariat of his own. Steiner screwdriver possibly ready. Yes, it is. Up he goes. Straight down on top of his head. Goes for the pin. Kick out because of a rope break. Elijah frustrated. Now with that surfboard stretch wearing down Dylan Vincent. Dylan fighting out of it with an elbow to the gut. Now Dylan Northern Lights suplex. Taking a moment to catch his breath. Taking a few moments to catch his breath. Seemingly taking an eternity to catch his breath. Reverses the grapple. Belly to belly suplex. Dylan, what has he got in mind here? Nothing as Elijah reverses. Elijah. Steiner screwdriver again. Goes for the pin. Rope break yet again. Kick to the lower back. Doing some serious damage. Elijah Riley needs to figure out what it takes to put Dylan Vincent out here. Waking him up. Michinoku driver coming. He hits it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Oh, now a submission, locked in, last ditch effort, putting anything and everything he's got left in him into the submission hold. Could that be it? No, Dylan able to break out of it. Dylan is fighting back. He's got to do this one way or another, but Elijah quickly getting onto that page turner there, the Russian leg sweep. Now going after the leg. Doing some damage there. Dylan needs to get off the mat and do something big. Elijah with a pin after that move. 2. Dylan able to kick out yet again. Kick to the back, but it only made him mad as he gets up belly to belly. On to Elijah Riley. Going to the top rope, maybe that corkscrew moonsault. We've seen him hit this before. Maybe this could be what it takes to win. He's going for it. Corkscrew moonsault. Hits it. Go for the pin. No, he's taking a moment here. Goes to the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Riley. Now he needs to hit something bigger or hit it again. One way or another, he needs to hit something big. Off the rope. Reality check. Waking him up. Dylan Vincent, go for the Angel's wings. Win this matchup for yourself. Lift him up, but Elijah Riley reverses into a Hurricanrana. But Dylan, knowing where he was in the ring, makes his way to the outside, saving himself from the pin. Elijah, though, reversing that body slam, making his way back into the ring. Dylan taking this opportunity. Gut buster. Dylan using this little moment he has here to catch his breath. 1, 2. A 2 count only off the gut buster. Lifting him back up to his feet now. Clothesline by Dylan. Bump and feed. Duck under. Super kick. Going, okay, going to the top rope now. Will he have enough stamina after wasting quite a bit there to do that corkscrew moonsault? Will he hit it? He hits it. Go for the pin. Take this opportunity. Wait a minute. Is he going for a second one? No, no, elbow drop. Reversal by Elijah. He took too much of a risk there. He should have gone for the pin after that corkscrew, but he did not. Last shot, knee strike. Goes for the pin after that, though. 1, 2. Only a 2 count again. Needs to hit that Angel's wings. But is he going for it? No. Going for that reality check again. He got very greedy after that corkscrew. Wanted to go up for a second maneuver. Now going for the Angel's wings. Lifting him up. Actually hits it this time. Busting him open in the process. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Elijah Riley kicking out again. Holy shit. Elijah, jawbreaker. Clothesline off the jawbreaker. Elijah now lifting him up to his feet. Reversal by Dylan. Dylan now goes for the jab, but reversal sends him back. Elijah, Michinoku driver. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. What a match! That Michinoku driver was very, very effective and very sudden. Nonetheless, on the outside, there you see it. Michinoku driver there, but that was not the one to finish it all. Mr. Showtime, Elijah Riley, bleeding from the forehead. Though he is bleeding, he is not broken. He was able to defeat the odds there as Elijah Riley taking out our Cruiserweight champion, Dylan Vincent. Going to the final round of this half of the bracket. Here we go. We have a very, very big competition coming up here we have a very competitive matchup here, I should say, as Dylan Vincent and Brandon Alexander are 2 of the best wrestlers on the division that they both roster members, I should say. They have very competitive attitudes, whether they like it or not. And here tonight, we will see who can win this tournament half. This is our final match of this half. The winner takes on Morgan Wolf, which will not be an easy task whatsoever. So far, I'm going to have to say Brandon Alexander versus Benny Banks and Dylan versus Elijah are our 2 top contenders for match of the night. Let's see if this matchup can take the best of both of those matchups and really amp it up to 11. Brandon defeating Joe Blade and Benny Banks to get here. Very, very respectful or respectable victories, I should say. Didn't take a single shortcut to win. He did it completely fair and square.
In the championship tournament, making his way to the ring from Arkham, Massachusetts, weighing in at 204 pounds, Brandon.
Yeah. Now Elijah Riley defeated, I believe it was, I already forgot who he faced. I'm sorry. I'm very, very bad at remembering stuff.
Showtime, Elijah Riley.
I know he defeated Dylan Vincent, though, in that last match, which was a clinic. Here we are. Defeated Fletcher Benson in the first round, which was a very, very good match as well. But like I said, I think Dylan and Elijah and Brandon and Benny really took the cake. They took the ball and ran with it with both of their matches. And those, I would vote those 2 matches, personally, 2 5-star matches in one night. Not often can you be able to say that you had 2 5-star matches on one show. And I definitely say they were. I'm damn near losing my voice here. Brandon hit with the suplex there. Now this is our first time seeing not a single lockup from these 2 so far, at least. I believe they both were very respectable, or respectful. Sorry, I keep slurring on my words here. Very respectful in both their outings. Glad to see Brandon cleaned up the blood off of his hand. Brandon keeping that neck, head scissors. Well, the leg scissors on the head is what I meant to say there. Now, attacking the legs there to break out of that hold. Elijah Riley goes to grab, but Brandon with a kick to the leg into the dragon sleeper. Suplex. Fucking hell. There's that modified Russian leg sweep by Elijah Riley. Elijah, from the looks of it, using that headband to hold his wound on his forehead shut. But that Hurricanrana only got him a 1 count. Brandon had Elijah almost hit with that kick, but got a ducking reversal. Now reverse into the tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Sends him to the outside. Go for a big dive here. This is your opportunity, Brandon. No, not going for it. Opting to go for low risk here tonight. Now if his opponent earlier, Benny Banks, would have done the same, he probably wouldn't be in this match. But Brandon now taking Elijah to the barricade. Codebreaker on the floor. Just as we did yesterday, if this match is to end in a countout, we will be restarting. No countouts. This tournament will have an official victor, one way or another. Into the ring, he sends him. Brandon into the ring with him. Brandon lifts him up, sends him into the corner, going coast to coast, possibly here. No, Elijah reverses, spinning heel kick. Elijah gets reversed into a clothesline by Brandon. Reverse suplex, sorry. I was used to the DDT, saw a suplex for a different change. Now we have a jawbreaker by Elijah. Elijah going for something. Sweep the leg by Brandon, moonsault. Brandon picking him up. What's he thinking here? Going for the kick, sweeping the leg by Elijah this time. Half Boston Crab, but a rope break causing the submission to be let go. Elijah going for that Steiner screwdriver here. He hits it. Goes for the pin. Brandon may be out. 1, 2. Brandon kicking out at 2. Going for the finish. The Michinoku driver, the move that's got him success twice already. Up and over. Pin. Michinoku driver. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Brandon. On the mat. Gets hit with a knee to the face. Elijah sends him into the corner. There we go. Comeback from Elijah, flipping over him. Ducks the clothesline. Running lariat of his own. Now lifting him up, going for the Steiner screwdriver again, possibly. No, sends him to the corner for something else. No, Brandon reverses, sweeps the legs. Ankle lock by Brandon Alexander here. Now he's going to use that leg scissors to get as much of that submission locked in as he can. Elijah, though, getting out of it. Riley taking this moment, but Brandon, seeing Elijah in a very negative state, takes the opportunity, gets hit with a clothesline from the side of the head there. Now going to the ropes, trying to get a little bit of cover, but Brandon's in a bad spot as Elijah Riley is ready for the Michinoku driver. Hits it, goes for the pin. 1, 2. Brandon kicking out at 2. I was sure it was a rope break, but the ref said otherwise. Brandon, arm breaker. Now lifting him up to his feet. Sends him over to the corner. He's really trying for that coast to coast. Will he be able to get him down to the bottom to do it? Yes, he can. Going to the other side of the ring. He hits it. Not going for the pin. Looking to inflict a little bit more damage. Now he's going for the pin. 1, 2. 3. Brandon Alexander, after hitting the coast to coast, inflicted just a little bit more damage by stomping on him just to try to get him to stay down, and it works. I would call it anticlimactic, but that's just what happens sometimes. Brandon Alexander able to win here, finishing the first half of the tournament. Well, the second half of the tournament, sorry. Now he will be taking on Morgan Wolf.
Here is your winner, Brandon Alexander.
And let's get straight to it. Congratulations, Brandon, on the first half, well, on your first tournament victory. Like, that's the first time he's ever won a tournament. But he's not technically all the way through the tournament just yet. The winner of this half was to face Morgan. And we'll see, you know, who has what it takes to face Jacob Wells or whoever is the champ by the time custom championships are brought into play. Let's see, nothing needs to be changed there, just making sure nothing was different. Let's go, which Brandon is it? This one. There we go. Nothing is being changed, as you can see. There we go. I wanted to do that on camera so that everyone could see that everything was legit. And this is live, obviously. But Brandon Alexander, though, coming off of that victory, he definitely conserved a lot of energy to come into this matchup. He probably knew going into the last match that he needed to conserve that energy because he's going up against a guy the size of Morgan Wolf. He took out Joe Blade, but Morgan Wolf has the strength and speed on his advantage. Now Brandon Alexander, to get where he is right now, he went through Joe Blade, Benny Banks, and Elijah Riley. Now he's got to go through Morgan Wolf, the biggest problem he could probably have, as Morgan Wolf, yeah, Joe Blade's a massive superstar, but Morgan has this streak of the last tournament yesterday. He has this submission that he's been hitting to win these matches. He won 2 of the 3 matches yesterday with the Wolf's Bite Dragon Sleeper.
Weighing in at 204 pounds, Brandon Alexander.
Brandon Alexander, yes, he's hit the GTS to win his matches, but that last match was won with a coast to coast. But either way, he needs to win this with something big, because it's going to take something more than just a drop kick to the hip to take out Morgan Wolf.
And his opponent, from London, England, weighing in at 246 pounds, Morgan Wolf.
Morgan Wolf prepared. He's had an entire day to rest up for this matchup. Now, whether or not that day of resting is going to be enough for this is a completely different question or situation. But we need to know who's going to face our world champion. come the custom championship patch on 2K20. And if we're lucky, it might be right off the bat, honestly. But I'm gonna not get my hopes up on that one. Morgan Wolf went through quite a roster to get to where he is in this tournament. Let me go check out the bracket real quick so I can get an official thing here. Morgan Wolf went through Johnny Respawn in a hell of a match. Then he went through Christian Blake in a quick match. And then he went through Scott Osborne in mere seconds. Now, can he do the same thing to Brandon Alexander? That is a completely different idea. I don't know if he will be able to do so, but will he be able to do so? We will see here. Now, I don't want a match, like a tournament like this, to end in a match of seconds, in a matter of seconds, I should say. I want this to be a long, drawn-out match, but not because I want them to suffer. I want them to earn this opportunity, and Brandon is looking to earn his opportunity and possibly a beatdown by Morgan if he continues to do what he is doing right now. Brandon needs to keep the big man down, and that's what he plans on doing here. Brandon goes for the head, but Morgan raking the eyes, now dropping him down, and this is what we fear for Brandon. Brandon knows he knew he had to keep him down, but the second Morgan Wolf got up to his feet, the shift in the match was blatantly obvious. Here we see just how bad it is for Brandon as the shoulder breaker from the powerbomb position. Now Brandon trying his best to get Morgan back down, but Morgan moves out of the way of that drop kick. He has to keep himself out of the corner. He knows the coast to coast is a dangerous thing he can be hit with out of that corner. Knocking him down with a jab to the stomach. Morgan lifting him up. Suplex, float over into the pin. One, not even actually, I don't think. But Morgan manhandling Brandon Alexander here. Now he's waiting for the moment to strike the 1-2 combo. Morgan is, oh, what is this? Oh my God, the submission. Has him locked in, has him firmly placed there. Brandon, though, fighting out of it. Punch to the side of the head there. Now kick to the stomach. Keeping him down, but now he's gonna try his submission for a chance. The Rings of Saturn has him locked in. I'm not sure if he has it completely locked in. It would be very difficult for Brandon to get the arms wrapped around Morgan with the size of Morgan's arms and torso. It'd be very difficult to get completely wrapped around. Speaking of that, Morgan goes for a body slam, but reversal by Brandon. Oh my, tripping him onto the top, well, middle rope, sorry. Oh, now he's choking him. Wait a minute, he's grabbing his hand. Oh, he's biting his wrist. The referee couldn't see it, but he was biting the wrist of Brandon Alexander there. Oh, Morgan, elbow to the chest. Finds himself on the apron, taking his time as well. Wolf's bite, dragon sleeper. Will Brandon tap out? He has nowhere to go. But Brandon, Snapmare taking him out of the position there. But Brandon sends him off the ropes. Absolutely nothing as Morgan seizing the opportunity. Powerbomb with the pin. Rope break though. Not able to get the pin because of that rope break. Oh, Wolf's bite on the prowl here. Goes for it. He hits it. Goes for the pin. Rope break. Brandon is the king of right place, right time when it comes to these finishers. Up he goes, suplex again, taking him down. The strikes from Morgan trying to cut him open. over the face of Brandon. No respect at all for Brandon. Now lifting him up, but Brandon, Hurricanrana. Feeling a little bit more energized here. Lifting him up now. Brandon, big clothesline. Atomic drop. Leg drop now to the groin. And here we see the drop kick to the face. Brandon needs to do something here. Will he try for the coast to coast, or yes, he will. I don't think this was a wise idea as we see it already. Spear by Morgan Wolf, goes for the pin. 1, 2, kick out at 2 by Brandon. Now Morgan looking to inflict some damage on the arm. Breaking the arm there almost. Now going for more damage. Now that camel clutch as well. Brandon snap-marrying himself out of it. Or snap-marrying Morgan out of it, sorry. Has Morgan up, German suplex by Brandon. That's one of those opportunities where he had to take it with the balance shifting. Now he's going for that GTS, but no, Morgan reverses. Oh, Brandon reverses the kick. Moonsault, here he comes, he hits it. This is a very, very heavily David and Goliath kind of matchup. Morgan goes for the pin. 1, 2. Brandon able to kick out again. Morgan lifting him up. What is he thinking? Suplex again. Loves hitting that suplex. It gets the damage done with very, very small amount of effort, I should say. Or at least I would hope it would be very little effort from Morgan. Now strikes to the temple. Busted him open. He's been trying for that all matchup. Now Brandon fighting back, the blood in his eyes waking him up. Brandon sends him into the corner. Looking coast to coast possibly again. Oh no, he's not going coast to coast. He's looking to pull a move out of his last opponent's thing here. Moonsault, another moonsault. 1, only a 1 count. Kick to the back here. Now needs to go for something to win this one. Now possibly going for coast to coast. I think he should have gone for the sunset flip, but he has him right where he wants him. But Morgan not allowing him to stomp for that coast to coast. Swinging him off of there. Now what is he going? No, reversal off the strike. Brandon, sunset flip, powerbomb without the pin. No pin this time. Taking a moment, realizing the blood on his forehead. Waking him up for that GTS. If he hits it, it could be over. Up he goes to the knee. Goes for the pin. Not a rope break. 1, 2. Oh, Brandon doesn't know how it happened, but a kick out nonetheless. What is he thinking? Going to the top rope. He's known for being a high flyer, but he hasn't done it this tournament so far. Shooting star press. Doesn't go for the pin though. Was that a bad idea as it seems it is so far? Morgan doing some extra damage to the face, trying to tear open the forehead. He's got an open wound on the forehead. He's trying to use that to his advantage. There's the wolf's bite into the dragon sleeper. Oh my God, could this be it? Yes, it is. Brandon Alexander tapping out. Morgan Wolf dominating through this tournament. But Brandon Alexander put everything he had into this tournament, but everything was not enough as he taps out to the wolf's bite into the dragon sleeper. There you have it.
Winner,
our tournament winner, the first ever King of the World winner, Morgan Wolf. Congratulations to him, and he will get his world title match on 2K20 when the custom championships are in the game. Whether it'll be Jacob Wells or someone else, he will have this opportunity, and he will get it when that time comes. Thank you for anyone who dropped by. Thank you for anyone who watches the VOD, and thank you who watches it on YouTube. This has been the show. We will see you on 2K20.